Hello everybody, welcome back to SkySaga Alpha 4. We're here after the wipe, so we're ready to create a brand new character. As I said in the last video, there are actually 3 different races you can choose from. Personally, I always go the lizard, so I'm going to set him up really quick. Okay, and we're going to jump in and have a look at the tutorial. So we're now here on my home island. As you can see, the airship has crashed, and we're actually going to have to run through the tutorial to fix that and get everything ready to go. So I've run through this tutorial a couple of times, and there's a fennec fox. Look at that guy. Oh, look at that. That is... Welcome back. So it turns out that my recording equipment had a little bit of problem with audio during the tutorial videos that I made. So I've just finished the tutorial and checked the footage and found that you can't hear anything that's going on. It's kind of ridiculous. So we're here at the hub having just finished all of that. So what I think we're going to do today is we're going to set up the base a little bit more and run an adventure to grab a little bit more iron and bits and pieces that we're going to need as we progress forward. So I'm going to head back over to my home base and I will catch you over there. So here we are back inside my home base. This is pretty bare bones right now. And as I've only just completed the tutorial, I really don't have a lot of stuff, but what I want to do right now is clear this area up a little bit, kind of tidy that up and make it into a nice little crafting area with a few forges and a few anvils and things. At the moment my forges and anvils and stuff are over here and I don't really like that too much, so I'm going to get some pickaxes out, clean this entire area up, making it look nice and new, and we'll get together again when I go to throw some bits and pieces in there. And there we go, all done. So it's time to actually set this up as a brand new crafting area. So I'm going to pull over the furnaces and anvils and stuff that I have right now. Let's grab these. Oh, too much stuff in the inventory. Let's chuck this guy down. And then see what we can offload. Okay, that's a little bit better. So let's grab all of the stuff that we've currently built and pull them over here to form up the brand new crafting area. I'm just going to throw another torch, I want to say about here, and actually line them up under these torches, other than under here, because we're actually going to put some devices in there. So we can place these guys on the ground, or in the case of the anvil, we're actually going to place the anvils right above, like that. All become clear in a second. We're going to grab a few more forges, let's put a few of those together. Luckily these things don't take much time at all to set up. And that should be all the forges we need. This is actually going to be a relatively temporary setup. So we set the forge here, one there, one there, and one there. So my plan for this island is to actually not stick with this portal room or this entire island. I'm going to knock the entire island out and build a brand new building. And in fact, I'm going to build my own biome while I do it. But we'll get to that in a little bit. For now, I do need just somewhere to store all of my stuff. So that's what we're doing with this one. So we're actually going to grab some wooden bolts and things and put together a workbench as well. Another couple of workbenches actually. I may not have quite enough materials for this. Okay, I'm going to go gather some wood from outside and I will be right back. Okay, so I think this should definitely be enough wood to get us going. Hopefully we'll be able to craft up enough weights and other bits and pieces that we need so we can actually get our temporary crafting area set up all nicely. So we'll jump back in here. Actually, let's take a look. What have we got? We need to make some metal rod. It's probably the first trick. It's going to be easy now that we've got our wall of furnaces set up over here. Grab some metal rod. We're also going to need some metal weight as well, so let's get that crafting as well. As you can see, we've already run out of metal ore, so I'm actually going to have to jump back out into a world and get some more in a second. Craft up another workbench. Put that down over here. Grab our iron weight and we can make another forge. Sorry, another anvil, not a forge. And we can throw that. Oh, we can throw that against the wall too. So obviously you still need just a little bit of metal to get this, completely off the ground, but we're pretty close right now. The other thing I want to do is get a way up to the top there. I'm gonna grab some more stone and do that. Perfect. So now we can get up here, which means I can place a few more torches around, which will just add a touch more light to the place. There we go. Nice and lit up. That's going to be good. Okay. So now, the other thing that you may have noticed in my hands, I've actually got a few recipes. These were from leveling up my Explorer during the tutorial. So if I read these, I'm going to learn a few keystone recipes, which will be quite useful because it means I can go to more difficult worlds, which will be quite nice. And I appear to have run out of torches. That is not good. Let's get some more of those. From here on out, I'll probably be using groundwood torches for all of my things, because you can find groundwood torches pretty much anywhere in this game, actually. Find them in chests and all sorts of places. Let's just clean that guy up a little bit. I'm going to take my mailbox now, because it's probably not necessary to have the mailbox right there anymore. I think we'll put the mailbox down over here. A nice little spot in behind the small chest. That's perfect. Okay, and we're also going to move the keystone oven up there. Okay, so I'm going to have to find something else to go in here, because that looks a touch unbalanced right now, but we can sort that out later on. Right now I want to focus on finishing up this little area, so I'm going to grab some more wood and build a row of chests to go in there as well. How much wood have I got? We'll build chests in the workbenches. Okay, and I've gone ahead and built a few more chests to put up against this wall. So the way this is going to work, the forge here makes all of the kind of raw materials into craftable materials, and then the craftable materials are used in these anvils and workbenches to actually make useful items. So what I'm planning on doing is having all of my raw materials down one end, and then all of the crafted materials up this end, so they can be put directly into these devices. So I'm going to quickly run through and sort all of my inventory and stuff out, because as you can see I've got a lot of junk that needs to be sorted out, and I will be back in a minute. And we're back. I have sorted all of the junk that I had in my inventory out. It's all away in some of these chests somewhere. I've also built myself a bow, getting ready to jump into the next green world so that we can fill this last spot in with workbenches and anvils and have ourselves fully set up and ready to actually make some really awesome builds for this. Okay, so I'm actually going to very quickly mine out the rest of these keystones so that we can jump into a dark, well, a medium green world and grab some more metals, and grab some wood and a few other bits and pieces that we're going to need to just finish off that little area that we've got going on over there. So that should be enough. I'm going to head over to our keystone oven, and as you can see we've got the new keystones that I learnt earlier. So while that guy is crafting up, I'm going to head back over here and just get rid of some of these materials that I don't need right now. Not everything is going to live over there. All of my keystones and keystone fragment things are going to live over in this chest here. Oh, I've forgotten to put some stuff away. That's right, we'll get back to that once we've gone out and explored an adventure. And here we go, we are in the adventure. So, as I said, we're going to go after some wood and some iron, and we're also going to pick up a few other little bits and pieces from around here. So I think we're going to grab some cotton as well, because cotton is quite useful in quite a number of recipes in this alpha. But right now, I think we're going to head over and actually inspect this tower that's going on over here. There you go, lookout needle. And I've gone around the back of it, of course. This guy's also guarded by stronger enemies than what we've faced before. So we've been facing bandits up until this point. This tower is actually guarded by knights and squires and captains who are a lot harder. Here we go, here's one now. Yes, when you break things, you do actually get drops of some of the materials that are made, that are used to make it. Well, that guy was easy to kill. Let's get a torch out for this next bit. It's getting kind of dark in here. So I've got another knight, and by the sounds of it there's something else up there as well. Yep, there he is, another knight. Where did he go? There he is. Alright, let's hope there's nothing else up there, but there probably is. Knowing this game, there's something a little harder. Oh, there's another knight. Oh, there's a warrior, there we go. So any mob with that red tag above its head is a harder mob to kill. And sometimes they give better drops as well, which is nice. Okay, so there's a chest down there on the ground level, but there's also actually a chest hidden away here too that we'll grab in just a second. So take all of that. While we're still pretty new into the game, everything in a chest is handy. So actually going to jump up here. Ah, and there it is, there's the chest. So lots of these adventures have chests hidden in them somewhere, and we've also just got Nightfall Fortress. Nice, it's a dark keystone, so that's one of the harder, higher tier keystones. We'll definitely be taking some of those on as we get more geared up and actually equipped to do them. I'm just going to smash these to try and get some more drops out of them, but I don't seem to be getting anything, so we might leave those alone. Definitely grab the green leather though that comes out of the green books. That drop was a touch too far. Where did this guy come from? Grab all of that as well. There's also apparently a chest somewhere out this way that we've missed. Yeah, in that little house down there. So let's jump down here. See if we can see something. Ah, there we go. I must have walked straight by this one earlier. Cool. We definitely did, because we killed something in here. Okay, so I'm going to head over to the cave now, so that we can see if we can find some more, a little bit more iron and a little bit of a few keystone fragments as well. That's what I'm trying to say. You also might see some of the new mobs that have come up in this alpha. So as you can see, there's a fair amount of iron around here, so I'm going to grab some of this. Cool, so we've actually managed to pull 29 ore out of this area, which is really good. And then down here, we can see a mine critter, and these are brand new mobs for Alpha 4, and they look pretty awesome, I gotta say. In the pre-release, they were a little bit timid though, they wouldn't actually attack you. I think they've fixed that in this alpha. Oh yeah, there you go. Straight at me. And I didn't get anything from killing him. What do we have down here? We have some white keystone fragments. That's awesome. That means we can get out into a snow biome. Which is great, because we're going to need a fair amount of materials from there, actually. So first of all, I'm going to grab up all of this iron, and then I'm going to grab those keystone fragments, I reckon. So, that went quite well. We're end up on 101 ore and 20 keystone fragments, which is really good. That means we've got 4 light keystones, or we can actually go and do 2 normal white keystones, which is going to be really good. So, we've also got more cave down here that we might explore. There seems to be a wolf, I would say, down there, so we might go on down and kill that. Yep, there we go, definitely a wolf. And look at this, we've found more keystone fragments and some more iron. So I might just pick all of this up and just quickly explore what else is going on in this cave, because it seemed like it went down a fair way from here. So I can see this little red icon here. This is probably going to be a bear. Now this bear is guarding Verdonite. This is the new green ore I was talking about earlier. So yes, it is a bear. Thankfully bears are quite slow. They hit very hard if they actually manage to hit you, but they are slow enough that they don't often do that. Well, I say as I get hit twice. So jump attacks are definitely the most effective thing against bears. So, as you can see, this bear was guarding just a little bit of green metal ore and some iron ore. So I'm going to stick down some torches, mine all of this stuff out, and mine all of the stuff out that is up through there as well, and I will catch you guys when I'm almost out of the cave. Okay, and we're back. So that was a pretty good trip through the cave. We've got 190 sky iron ore, and we've got 70 verdinite ore, so that'll get us off the ground for a lot of things, which will be really good. And it also means we can actually finish up the crafting area as well now, which would be really nice. Be good to get that off the list so that we can move on to some bigger, fancier builds next time round. So I think it's time to actually head out and find the Ember Wolf, which is the boss for this level, if I'm not mistaken. So the Ember Wolf lives somewhere in this mountain here, and we'll find the way in because there'll be a cave littered with gemstones. This map also has wolves just absolutely everywhere, so I'm going to have to be kind of careful. Although there shouldn't be a problem as long as they don't sneak up on me. And as you can see there, my rucksack is actually full, so when we get to the Ember Wolf's lair, we're going to have some tricky decisions, because there'll be a good chest there with some really good loot. I'm going to have to decide what I want to drop off when we get there. So this is not the Ember Wolf cave, because there are no gems. I mean, I can see some keystone fragments in there, but like I said, my rucksack is full, so we're going to have to end this adventure off pretty quickly and drop all of the stuff off at home. I'm gonna just skirt around this mountain. It's got to be here somewhere. It's sometimes quite difficult to find. And you can see what I was saying about having lots of wolves in this area. So we've actually got a herbalist shack here, so we might just raid this quickly. There's going to be one bandit fighter in there, at least. So there's a chest under my feet right now, but we need to get rid of this guy before we do anything about that. Okay. Let's take a look at this chest, shall we? See what we can take. And we can actually take pretty much all of it. That is good. We're going to get rid of this dye because we don't need that right now. So we're going to take those weights because that's going to help us build these next couple of anvils that we're going to make. I'm going to get rid of these wood planks as well. We might as well just dump off a few bits and pieces while we're here because we don't need some of that stuff. Alright, so let's get back out of here. Keep looking for that lair. So we've taken a bit of a detour, but hopefully as we come back towards the mountain here we can actually find this lair and get going. Oh, something is happening behind me. Aha! So these are skeletons that have been newly added to the game, and this is also a new thing. Mobs will fight each other. That wasn't too bad, just cleaning up after everybody. Some nocturnal plants here as well. What's this guy doing out here? Oh well, he's not going to be around for long. We've got another skeleton warrior down here. There's lots of skeletons out and about this evening. Okay, so I'm having a little bit of trouble finding this thing, which is kind of funny because it should be lit up quite bright. And we've now been all the way around. So I'm going to have to cut here, and I will let you know as soon as I find... As soon as I find this cave that we're going into. So there we go. This is what we're looking for. This entrance full of bones and crystals. Back in Alpha 3 it was a lot easier to find because it was more full of crystals than it was full of bones, so it lit up like a Christmas tree at night, basically. But now, as you can see, they've kind of changed the makeup a little bit and it's a lot harder to find. So this should be the Ember Wolf lair, and we should see a couple of Ember Wolves down here. So these are a higher grade wolf, as you can see by the red indicator above its head, but still not quite full boss level. We'll get to that guy in a second. Gotta kill this guy off though. And see what he dropped. He did not drop anything. How rude. It's alright, there are always more of these guys. Wolf meat and teeth that I can't pick up, and more again. Lucky I got through that one. There we go, okay. So I'm thinking, yes, see that little rectangle down there? That is through to the boss, so we're actually going to eat a little bit of food. So I could bust out a campfire right now and fully heal, but I've got the bow and arrow and I really want to test this guy out for long range, and the boss that we're coming up against is the Fire Wolf, who is also a long range boss. So I'm just going to light this area up a little bit so it's easier to see what we're doing. And I'm going to get back because he's about to shoot a fireball at me. Also, just want to have a look. What do we got? We've just got keystones. We're going to leave those keystones there for now. Well, that didn't work. Unfortunately, the Firewolf here has a very, very long attack range, which makes it somewhat difficult to fight. However, if you get trapped in a corner like this, it will go down a lot easier, which is really good to see. So, hopefully we can keep him trapped there. He's also got a lot of health. And there we go. Okay, so he's going to have dropped some really cool items that we can pick up. Hopefully we can pick up. I think I have got a full rucksack. I need to clear some stuff out of here that we don't need. So let's get rid of the food and the decorative gems are probably the best way. Ah, there we go. and pull all this stuff in. So there you go, we've got a Heart of the Flames and a Mark of the Forest. Now these two things are used for questing. So every now and again you'll get a quest from a vendor somewhere that will ask you for those bits. So having those on hand is really quite helpful. I'm gonna head up here and see what's in the chest. So we've got some verdinite rod, some keystone fragments, and some coins that I'm going to take. What do we want to get rid of for the rods and fragments? Let's get rid of the dye and the keystone and the crystal. I'll see you at home. And we are back at home. I've just cleaned out my inventory because there was a lot of junk in there that we didn't need. So I'm going to build up these last couple of things and we'll be ready to go with SkySaga. I'm going to get this anvil made up and get another workbench made up as well. Just like that. And there will be one more thing we need to do to finish off this area. We're going to need to fill in the rest of this with chests, and then I'll do a quick resort and we will be done.